Hey everybody, welcome to Perfect Concert Playlist. I almost ran that word over. Perfect. I was like I had gravy in my mouth. I'm Michael. Ron's on the other side.
Sounds perfectly sound. Is that the word I'm looking for?
It
makes perfect sense to me.
I sounded like every old film where a guy was very heavy shots. It always sounded like he had some food in his lower lip.
This sounds like this VCR tape has been rewound way too many times.
So this episode we are diving into new wave. We kind of have dabbled in a bit, but these are like the full-on legends of new wave. Some people probably think they're one-hit wonders, and that is not true, of course. Some of these guys just, with time, I think we discussed this before, time fades some of the lower level hits. They may have had 4 songs that tops in the top, charted in the top 40, but only like number 6 is the one that's remembered.
Right?
Yeah.
And also, all depends on what crowd you're looking at, too. When it comes to just mainstream radio, a lot of that stuff just kind of gets washed over.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Oingo Boingo is probably my favorite band. Never had a top 40 hit. Never.
Right? It's all on what they think sells.
Yeah.
That's the part about it. So.
I was gonna say, when we get into like the glam metal, hair metal, whatever you want to call it, the late 80s, there's going to be bands where we're fans of them, and they didn't even have a top 40 hit. What the?
One of those things that when you're growing up in the moment, at least from my point of view, I feel like a lot of this stuff, they blew up, but as you get older, you realize, oh yeah, it's like watching cartoons from the 80s. You realize there was only 13 of them, but you feel like there's 100 of them. But
yeah. So this episode we're discussing Duran, Flock of Seagulls, and the Thompson twins. Who is your opener?
Thompson.
You just cut out real bad.
I think I'm opening with the Thompson twins.
Okay. I had a few more songs. Usually if you don't listen to the show, the band who has the least amount of songs on our playlist is usually the opener, and it works its way up. I was actually surprised that Flock of Seagulls had less than Thompson twins for me, but I will ride that train with you. Give me the ticket. Let's go.
Ticket. All right. Somehow I came up with 10 for every one of them.
Okay.
Thompson twins, I had to stretch it a little bit to get it. Had to listen to a few more again to just kind of, okay, yeah, that's not bad. That's not too bad. We'll throw that in there too. So didn't have to do that with Flock Hills or Duran. So you want to lead on, or are you leading me off?
No, you go ahead. You're first.
Okay, so the order. I'm sure there's a couple here that would open better, but these are results. Tough. Living in Europe is kind of a fun one. Of course, a lot of people might think, oh, wow, Doctor, Hold Me Now. These are their popular ones. No, they are definitely popular songs, but they're slow. I'm not going to start out my show that way, so I'm somewhere in the middle there. So I've got Hold Me Now, Doctor. King for a Day. Lay Hands on Me. Don't Mess with Dr. Dream. That was a lot of fun. Here's a fun one. It's quirky. We Are a Detective.
I remember that one, yeah.
I love that one. And on the same note, Salvador Dali's Car and Breakaway.
You know what's funny is I didn't know until probably 5 or 6 years ago that there were not actually twins. I didn't have a clue. This is one of those bands that was popular at the time, but I didn't really connect the songs to what the band looked like or who was in it. And I was like, wait, there's 3 people in Thompson twins. I feel like Tears for Fears should have been called the Thompson twins. They look kind of alike, and then they should have just traded names. Like, I can see Tears for Fears being this band.
I mean, Thompson twins sounds like something we would have come up with Devon. It's just,
they're a really good band, and I just didn't realize that they sang all of these songs. Of course, in the last few years, I've been really, really getting into new wave, and it's becoming maybe my favorite genre of all time. And Thompson twins, like really diving into their, discography, I've enjoyed it quite a bit.
Right on.
All right, so mine is, I want to start off with In the Name of Love. I feel like it's kind of a fun, bouncy one. King for a Day. Wait, is it called King for a Day? My handwriting's so terrible. It is King for a Day, right?
King for a Day.
If You Were Here, Hold Me Now, Doctor, Doctor, Lies, 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 yeah.
That was on my list, and it just fell off.
Yeah, the Gap is next. I feel like I should switch these songs. Love on Your Side was my closer, but I feel like I should switch Lay Your Hands on Me because I think that was their biggest hit. I would just switch those because I feel like the chorus kicking in would be a really great way to end their set.
Definitely.
All right, who is your secondary?
Who is my secondary? Flock, sorry. I always called them Flock of Seagulls. It's a Flock of Seagulls.
Yeah. They are a straight up legitimate band. These guys are very talented, but that hairdo was his curse.
His curse? Well, he was a hairdresser.
Well, I know, but I mean, so that's the great thing about the early days of MTV. It was so visual, and you had to come up with some sort of, something to catch your eye. So it was a haircut or clothing or something like that. And like Kajagoogoo, known for their haircuts.
Well, I mean, you look at James Hetfield from Metallica, and the minute they all cut their long hair off, everyone's like, whoa, what's going on here? What happened?
They're sellouts! No, they're not. Stop it.
I mean, people got over it. Yeah.
Oh, did they? Because
they still sing.
Yeah. Oh, no. A few years ago, I was at work, and we were talking about Metallica, and one of the guys, he's a little bit older than me. He's like, man, they sold out and they cut their hair. What did they have to do with how they sounded and how they made albums?
Oh, as far as I know, they sounded just as good, if not better.
Except Saint Anger. I pretend Saint Anger doesn't exist.
Yeah, it's like Spaghetti Incident.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Spaghetti Incident? No. Hold on a second. We're pausing for a second. No. We're pausing for a second here. Spaghetti Incident, that's the cover album, right?
Yes.
Okay, that one's not too bad because Metallica had a couple cover albums that weren't too bad. The Garage and I think it was S&M. No, Saint Anger is their Chinese Democracy. If you're going to compare Guns N' Roses and Metallica.
Right, maybe that's what I meant. But yeah. Spaghetti Incident wasn't that bad, I suppose. But
okay, so what is your set for Flock of Seagulls? A Flock of Seagulls.
A Flock of Seagulls. Again, no particular order, and I wish I had put more thought into this one, but there's a couple there that I think would be really good. There was an instrumental that I had found at one point. I can't remember the name of it offhand, but it would have been really cool, dark, open. Just the lights slowly coming up, and then they jump into something big, but I couldn't come up with something that just hit from the start.
Okay.
There's one thing I found. A lot of these songs, this one. So they have a whole lot of, at least a minute. I don't think I've come across a song that didn't have at least a minute of musical intro.
Yeah, it's kind of like their thing, huh?
Right? Okay, I'm trying to hear lyrics. Let's go. Oh, no, don't get me wrong. As an instrumentalist, I want to hear that too. But
they're kind of like
I like to do.
Yeah,
if
there was a Grateful Dead of new wave, it might be them. They do a lot of jamming.
Anyway, so of course we have I Ran So Far Away. Messages is probably one of my favorite one of theirs. It's just so much fun. There's not a whole lot to the song. It's just messages, but it just bounces. Anyway, DNA. What am I supposed to do? It's Not Me Talking. Ordinary Man. You're Mine. I really like that one. Messages in here again. I forgot that I put it in here again. The reason I put it in this list again was because I found the orchestral version. I'm like, that would be cool.
That would
throw some strings on the whole concert, and that would be really cool. I think I would love to see that. Okay, so technically I only have 9. So
whatever.
Broken Dreams and Perfect.
Okay. Mine's a lot shorter. They were going to be my openers. Messages is just kind of a fun way to warm up the audience or whatever, get it going. Telecommunication. I love telecommunication. Some dreams. See, they had 2 hits. Some people forget Space Age Love Song was nearly as big as Iran, but it's just not as memorable.
Right.
And then I was going to end with Iran, but that seems like too cliche. So I'm going to close. Iran and then Wishing is my closing.
Okay.
All right. So it's our headliner, Duran Duran.
Duran.
Do you know where that name comes from, by the way?
No.
It comes from the movie Barbarella with Jane Fonda, and there is a character they're looking for through the entire movie named Duran Duran.
Really?
Yep.
Barbarella. Okay, that's a deep cut there.
Well, not if you were a big fan of the movie. I guess it was a big international hit. It was only did so here. All right, so what is your playlist?
Okay, so again, didn't put much thought into the opening, except for I don't want them to lead in with Notorious. That feels like a good one. Just come out on stage, boom, they're there.
Okay.
And the rest of them, there is a cover. Oh gosh, I forgot who they sing. Who sings Psycho Killer?
Talking Heads.
Talking Heads. So they covered I really love their version of it.
That album of covers they put out a few years ago is really good.
Right. I want to see that one. I've got the song Invisible, Ordinary World, of course, The Reflex, Come Undone, Careless Memories, Is There Something I Should Know, and Rio is one of those songs I can never, ever get out of my head.
Yeah.
So that's got to be in there, too. I did say Memory Like the Wolf, right? That's on there, too.
Okay. I am not a fan of their 93 comeback with Come Undone, and what was the other one? Shit, I can't remember. It was on your list. It was one of their later hits.
Yeah, that later album, I got 2 songs off of it with the Ordinary World.
Ordinary World, yeah, that was their big one. I don't know, something about the sound is different, and I don't really care for it. It's kind of new agey.
It's definitely different. I will give you that, but I like Ordinary World. But
yeah. Well, no, I mean a lot of people do.
Sorry.
It's like Adam Ant had a big hit around 93 that was much more like the way that Duran Duran was sounding at the time, and I was like, nope, I'm good. I don't want to hear that. It's too sappy. So I'm almost all completely. Actually, it is all old school Duran Duran. There's nothing really here past like 85, I think. Now people don't remember that Duran Duran broke up very briefly. And then part of the gang went over to Arcadia, and then 2 of the guys went over to Power Station. I was going to include songs from Power Station, but then I marked it out because I was like, wait a second, there's a whole Robert Palmer thing that I could do. I have a plan here for survivors of the 70s, guys who still like had hits in the 80s, especially since they went out on their own.
Right.
That's the one I want to do next is John Waite, Stevie Winwood, Rod Stewart, and then Robert Palmer. It'll be like a mega concert. We can go 40 songs on that one if you want.
Okay. I'm game.
All right. So the other band was Arcadia. So that is going to be in there just randomly. I'm just saying it now. Election Day, which was a minor hit for them. But for the most part, it's just all Duran Duran. So I'm starting off with that Laugh. And just... Wait, is Hungry Like the Wolf or Rio the one that starts off with a laugh? Shit, I think it's Rio. I'm switching them. Switching my list. Starting with Rio, then Hungry Like a Wolf. Is View to a Kill the best Bond song? That's up for debate.
That's up for debate, and it did not make my list for what reason, I don't know, but that'd be a nice runner-up.
Yeah, Live or Let Die is... the only other one I could really argue. You Know My Name by Chris Cornell is great. That's like an episode alone. Like we would rank our James Bond songs. After that is Notorious, but you're right. That is a really great way to start the concert. And then I'm going Girls on Film.
I forgot that one.
Yeah, slowing down a little bit to Save a Prayer, and then Union of the Snake, and then I'm gonna pick it back up, wrapping it up with Reflex and Wild Boys, which is my favorite Duran song.
I mean, how did I miss those?
Yeah, when he starts singing, man, that's probably the strongest he has ever sang. He's not going for pop. He's going for, I mean, not like new wave pop. He's going for Queen on that. The lyrics are so powerful, and that's it. I didn't have a whole lot. I thought I would have more from Duran, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah, well, now that I'm hearing your list, I'm thinking we could have easily gone, some encores. So
yeah. Well, hell, I will donate my 4 songs to you.
All right.
What is that like on Press Your Luck, where you get to the point where you're done and like, you know what, I'm going to stop here. I'm going to pass my 2 to this guy. And the other guy's like, what? Oh, no, I'm going to lose my $30,000. I have kinesiology tape on my wrist right now. I've been trying to get it off this whole episode. It's not working. Oh, it hurts. All right.
That's what's going on.
So, to give you a preview for the next episode, it is In Excess, Wang Chung, and Tears for Fears. And then down the road, we'll get the survivors of the 70s. Technically, Eric Clapton's counts as well. That's like one mega episode. All those guys. I wonder.
Eric Clapton's got a really big backlog.
Yeah. Well, and remember we talked about it a long time ago. Originally, it was going to be an Eric Clapton, Stevie Winwood episode when we're only doing 2 artists, because both have been in so many bands, but also done so much solo. So, you know what? I'm going to look around, see if I can find another guy that survived the 70s and was still a star. Bruce Hornsby. Was he a star in the 70s as well? I don't know anything about Bruce Hornsby. I remember he was really popular in the 80s, though.
He was probably playing on the high school stage at that point, maybe.
All right, so that is it.
He was in a marching band.
Maybe, yeah. Let's see. The concerto number 4 that he performed junior year of high school, that counts. That makes my list. I was there. I was totally there. All right, that is it, everybody. Have a good one.
Take it easy, guys.